Well, these two are fighting now, and they probably will continue doing just that as we go ththrough Nigel's way too early World Cup power rankings.
Sorry, we were practicing.
I was just showing him power there of
man marking,
body strength, man marking.
Just
use your hand there.
He's incredibly, he's dead.
Stronger.
Yeah.
There you go.
Are you surprised, Nico?
He is.
This is like Mr. Box-to-box midfielder. I feel like you got to be exactly that.
It's incredible.
All right, Nigel still got it.
Guy.
The no TST call-up.
Nah,
maybe
nothing.
next year?
Maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe that old man dad strength too.
I'm actually scoring a goal that counts as well, not like our Michael Lahoud. Not in a friendly.
Well, I'm just glad Mike Lahoud finally gets a break so he can eat that apple that he was munching on. I'm sure you all heard it coming out of the break. Okay, Nige, we love to do a list around here. We got your way too early power rankings 1 year out from the World Cup. So we're going to start with 10 through 6. Take us through it.
Yes, I like the way you say that. It's a way too early power rankings, and it's a new World Cup. 48 teams, so we don't know. Like we've seen in the Champions League, a new format, saw Paris Saint-Germain scrape through and end up becoming Champions League winners. So this is just for me of what I've seen so far, qualities I've seen. I have got one team here that Nico really likes a lot, Morocco. Number 10, top-ranked team in African football, even though they're not the African Cup of Nations champion, but they are a very talented team with a lot of young talent there. Ecuador is another team. Ecuador, for me, is an extremely dark horse. They have some sensational players. The only thing they're missing is a striker. They've got a year now to find a striker that could get them goals and take them chances, but when you look at a team from the back four and the midfield, they are solid. England, super talented team. But right now, not playing with a smile on their face. They are not playing to their potential. There is no question about England's quality, the depth that they have and the players that they have, but they need to find some fun in their football, because if they don't, they're not going to win.
Okay, is this number 8 ranking more about the squad or more about your feelings on Thomas Tuchel?
It's more about the squad. It's the players. The talent's there. I cannot argue. There's no argument with me when you talk about talent. England has talent. But right about now, the players are not playing to their potential. They're not playing happy. They're not playing fun and free.
So I hope Senegal is in the top 5.
Brazil.
This is the happy ranking.
Brazil, you can never write them out. And I think they have the perfect guy in Carlo Ancelotti, the whisperer, who has got them working again. And they're trying to find their samba beat again, Nico, trying to find that samba beat again.
After yesterday, they're back on track.
Back on track against a win against a very good Paraguay side as well. Germany, I would say they're the muscle memory team. They're not playing great right now. I would say one of the points for me with Germany, I think Musiala has become a big loss to them. I think Musiala is such a talented player. When he plays in this German national side, as much as we talk about Florian Wirtz, Musiala for me is that extra X factor for them. And again, I think goal scoring for me is a bit of a worry for Germany. When you look at strikers, they just don't seem to have that recognizable striker for me. They've got some big names, but not someone you can consistently count on.
Okay,
but when it comes to World Cup, they will get their muscle memory back, and they're a different animal.
So before we reveal the top 5, Nico, are there any teams 6 through 10 that you would have in your top 5?
No, not really.
Okay.
I don't think any of these teams are worthy of a top 5 favorite for the World Cup. They
Nigel
all
and
have
Nico
some
agreeing?
sort of knock on them, except for Ecuador and Morocco, obviously. We're not talking, they're not powerhouses historically in football. Germany, through England on that list, have all won World Cups, right? Ecuador and Morocco are there on their own merit because they have a really good football infrastructure in each of their countries.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, Ecuador's 7 players from what?
Yes, 7 of the starting 11 from yesterday played for Independiente del Valle, one of the best academies in South American football that had the likes of Moises Caicedo, who won the Conference League with Chelsea, William Pacho, who won the Champions League with PSG. Pretty impressive.
All right, Nige, here we go. Top 5, take it away, starting with number 5.
Top 5. The Netherlands. You cannot write them out. They've got a massive 8-0 win against Malta the other day. They're going to be part of the staple diet of the World Cup. At least minimum, you'd say quarterfinals of the World Cup, depending on the routes there. But the Netherlands are always a talented side. They've got experience. They've got some good youth coming right now. Virgil van Dijk, for me, best centre-back in world football. You'd have to say it's hard to argue against that. Real leader, winner, Premier League title winner, Champions League winner, Nigel de Jong. They've got so many talented players all over the place. So for me, and Reinders now, a goal-scoring midfielder, that's something different they've added now to this squad. Very dangerous team.
Okay.
I think they've improved in the 2022 World Cup team.
And they're also a really strong defensive side too, which could take them far.
Sorry, I said Frankie de Jong. I meant Frankie de Jong, not Nigel de Jong. Nigel de Jong is not my generation. But anyway. Number 4.
Yeah, because you used to kick people like that in the chest.
I did. France. You can never write
4.
out the French. Wait till you see it. The French, just like the English, they're talented. But it depends on what side of the French you're going to get. It depends on the day. Are they ready to perform or are they not? They're just an endless production belt of talent. But the only thing that stops France from winning the World Cup is the French themselves. That's just the reality. I don't think you have to look too deep in it. When you look at the players, you've got Mbappe there, and then they've got a next generation coming through now. We saw the talent of Doué, what he did for Paris Saint-Germain, Bradley Barcola. There is so much talent in this French team. The only thing that will stop them from winning the World Cup is themselves.
So Spain, Portugal, and Argentina is what we're missing, I imagine.
Bada bada bing.
Ooh, let's
Number 3. Portugal, correct. You have to put the Portuguese there with what they've just done in the Nations League.
How much quality they have.
How much quality they have as well. And I think there's a different mentality there. If Cristiano Ronaldo does make it to this World Cup, I think we're going to see very similar to the last World Cup with how the Argentinian team got behind to want to win for a certain Messi. I think the Portuguese side will do the same thing, do everything they can to want to win this World Cup for Ronaldo. It means so much to him, and I feel that he will be a player that could probably still stay fit all the way through to the World Cup with modern technology and still playing in the Saudi Arabia Pro League, that he could stay fit and be ready. But again, abundance of talent.
I'm interested to see how this top 2 finishes.
Number 2, Spain.
Okay, Nico approves.
Spain, for me, very talented. Probably one of the most entertaining teams to watch in world football. Still a little bit of vulnerability in how they concede goals. That's a little bit of a worry for me. Young, exciting, but still young and naive in defending at times. They still don't have that full grit yet. I think this team still has a few years to grow, where they probably could have a good period of international domination. And I would say it's more so the defensive side that worries me. But when you look at the attacking sense, Nico Williams, Lamine Yamal, and the players that they have and how they play with a false 9 as well, they're such an exciting team to watch. Zubamende, they have everything, but just still lack that little bit of grit and determination for me defensively, because they will concede goals.
Okay.
Yeah, no notes. They're also
Number
Spain.
1, Argentina.
Nico's Argentina.
It's hard to disagree. I mean, for me, when I watch Argentina play so many games recently, I watched them play in the, what's it called, the Super Clásico when they play Brazil?
The classic of South America, yeah.
It is just so fun to watch. And it's funny enough because the Argentina manager, Lionel Scaloni, I was his captain at West Ham. He's
good at throw-ins, huh?
He's fantastic at throw-ins, cost us an FA Cup. But anyway, he has done such a fantastic job with this Argentina side. And when I mean they are focused, they are tuned, and they keep unearthing different Argentinian players from different parts of playing in world football and bringing them into the squad, and new players, fresh, refreshing this team. And they're coming in, not missing a beat. They're literally gone in, and it's like saying they've joined the family unit, and they protect each other. They look good. They still, and one thing I must say that's scary about this Argentina side now is there isn't that over-reliance on Messi now. They are really finding a groove where Messi's involved, but there isn't an over-reliance in we've got to give it to him to make things happen. They've got so many other players who are capable of making things happen. It's hard to still look past Argentina for me.
Under Lionel Scaloni, Argentina has picked up more points without Messi than with
Now that's
Messi.
scary.
And I mean, if you look at a Portugal team who could be in a similar situation with Cristiano Ronaldo, Nico, would there be any that you'd flip on this list? Because for me, the one that I keep going back and forth on is Portugal-France. I think you could make an argument for France third, Portugal fourth, or as it is right now.
Yeah, definitely, but I don't know how much that changes things really in reality. I'd have to nitpick and see why, what's the reasoning. France has had a couple of slumps here or there, but mostly everything is right. I would love to go really analyze all the dark horses. I love the shout for Ecuador and Morocco, but this is pretty spot on, and it resonates a lot with the tiers that I did yesterday. There's a couple of shouts, but Argentina and Spain, I think, are in a class above the rest at the moment.
100%.
And I will say with Spain, I mean, yes, they're young. There are maybe some areas where they've been a bit inexperienced. Think about how much a year can change for a team that's already got so many of the right pieces. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
But they're the two there. But I think I've also got a dark horse table. I don't know if we've got that available yet, where I've said teams to keep an eye on.
Okay.
These are the teams there. Egypt, Ivory Coast, Senegal, and Croatia. They are some teams to keep an eye out. It's a new format, 48 teams. These teams are very dangerous as well to keep an eye out when it comes to World Cup.
Yeah, I think we could see a lot of really, really excellent dark horse storylines. You agree with these?
Nothing?
Potentially Paraguay as well.
Yeah.
I throw them in there.
48 teams competing in next summer's World Cup, which is officially 1 year away.